Welcome back, fellow gardeners. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about foraging seedlings in your garden. We've covered a lot of flowers like the daisy, the rose campion, we've done the feverfew, and also other plants that do self-seed and they drop their seeds in your garden. The other day I thought to myself, let me get some flowers. I need to get more daisies, I need to get more rose campion. Suddenly I remembered, oh my gosh, let's look in the garden. And so I started my little collection here. So what I'd like to do today, fellow gardeners, is let's go and have a look at my garden and have a look at what is growing underneath all those flowers, and out of that I'm sure we can get a multitude. So my name is Alice and I'm the Red Soil Gardener. I'm into foraging my seedlings. The first thing before you go and forage is to do it in the morning and the evening, because sometimes the overhead sun can be very, very harsh on your plant and you will send the plant into transplant shock, in that it'll lose all its moisture and it'll take you a while as you start hydrating the plant for it to pick up again. So the best time, like when I did this foraging, is I actually did it in the evening. And before you even do it, is just water the soil so that the plant really absorbs a lot of water. In that way, you're not going to send it into transplant shock. Again, if you do it during if you haven't watered the soil and the soil is dry, you pick your plant, is that in the end it's just going to wilt and again go into transplant shock. Now the other thing what you need to do is that as you forage these little seedlings, is that be careful be careful what sort of seedlings you're going to pick, because you need seedlings that are quite sturdy. Don't pick the new growth of seedlings where the leaves are not mature. So what you need to do is actually pick the ones which are healthy and the ones which look stronger, because weak seedlings will not survive. Now the other thing is that as you do uproot your seedling, try to get it with a bit of soil, because you've watered it, so the soil has absorbed water. Is that make sure that the rooting has a bit of soil, so at least it has something to hold on to. So on that note, let's go and forage. Okay, so follow me. So this is a patch. I think we've all seen it when we did our Gibera daisies. And over here, after I had the Gibera daisies here, what I did is I had my Rose Campion sort of bowl, which I had grown a lot of Rose Campion, and suddenly I was rummaging through, foraging through here. I noticed that my Rose Campion had actually seeded, and if I look down here, I have all the babies. So this is not a bad idea to pick them up, because with a Rose Campion it needs full sun, and here I do have a partial sun. So what I'm going to do is actually go in here and see how many Rose Campion seedlings I can actually get. So I'll just get the spade and have a look. Oh my gosh, I've got one here. Look at that. I've got one. Oh, they're all over. Let's take this one from here. Maybe this one. Oh, here's another one. Let's just go in there. These spades are not very good. So I could actually go in here and just uproot. And again, I'm going to leave the soil on it so it doesn't dry out too quickly. So that's the second one. Now, if I look here again, I have another one. Now, these are all from seedlings, from seeds when the Rose Campion went into seed production, and then littered its seeds. Right here at the back, there's a baby one. Look at that. There's one. And then there's another one here. So as I go along like this, I'll have to find a place to actually have them. And then what I've done here in my basket is I've put in a tissue which is damp. So I'm just going to throw these in here and just cover them so that they don't dry out too much. Although the soil is moist because we did water. And so here's number one. And so we continue. So as you collect your Rose Campion, do go into our episode on propagation of Rose Campion and its plant care, and you will learn about the Rose Campion, which loves full sun, and it'll tell you everything you need to know about the Rose Campion. So let's move on. Okay, so this is another section of my garden. I call it my happy place. This is where we do our yoga in the morning. But what I did is that I have my daisies, my African daisies, and we have talked about the African daisy. And what you do is that if you want to collect the seeds, which we talked about in that channel, is just let the plant go into seed production and then let it dry out, the seeds dry out on the plant, and in the end you'll get these multitude of seeds which are black dried seeds, and with that you can scatter them. Now what happened with this daisy is I just let it go into seed production, and if you look at it, these are all the little seeds coming up. And as it matures, it will turn black. And do have a look at our channel on the daisy, and it'll explain everything about propagation by seed. So now as my African daisy starts sprinkling its beautiful seeds around, I've got seedlings already happening here. So all I need to do is actually, they're around here. Is go in here and pluck them, because what has happened is, I've got so many, is what has happened is as the seeds are scattered, I have the seedlings, and so with these seedlings I could actually move them into, with these seedlings what I'm going to do is actually make a new flower bed and include them. So there's another seed production and foraging. The next flower I want to talk about is the Feverfew, and we've done this before. I've actually done an episode which tells you about plant care, propagation, and also seed propagation. So as it sits here and it does, the flowers get spent, we know that as it dries it just scatters its seeds everywhere. And we mustn't forget that the Feverfew is actually a medicinal a plant. But anyway, we're going into foraging. So as I stand here, I can see its babies. So again, a baby here. Oh my gosh, there's so many babies. Another baby here. And I know where else they have it, so follow me. Now what I did here is that there were so many seedlings of the Feverfew, I just decided put it in a pot and just put the whole lot in there, and once they do mature I will move them around. Come and follow me. So again, this is the Rose Campion that we did propagate. Do you remember? Soon to get flowers. I am so excited. And it has thrown its seedlings again onto this. But the beautiful thing is that I am going to introduce it into my garden, into another space. But they're all here. I've got the last one. Follow me. because of the midday sun, and I don't want them to wilt and have transplant shock, what I do is I have a bucket of water. I'm just going to slip them in here, and later after filming is when I will introduce it in there, because I don't want them to wilt. So I'm just going to take all these babies that look so promising and stick them in the water, and so that they don't wilt. So let's continue. I have one more flower. So here I am, and this is my backyard garden, and I think we've done an episode on it. Is that basically the asylum plants I wanted them to hang over, but if I go in here and look for babies, I can get babies right away. And like, for example, I could pull this one away. And what I do simply with these is actually just add them straight into the pot. Once the pot is moist, I just add it, and in the end I have them there. Also with them is, let me put this here, and also with them what I do is as they dry, I just crunch it like this, and all the seedlings fall onto this into this pot, and as they come up I collect the little seedlings. So now with this asylum plant, let me show you what I want to do with it. Is follow me. So with this plant, what I'm going to do is just simply take it, look at it, it's so rich, and I'm going to plonk it in here like that, and then just cover over, because all I want is that it takes off like its other friend here. I have the baby there, and I did exactly that. Is just leave it here, and it just adds that hanging basket look. So there it is. So that is what I am talking about. You end up with so many plants that you can just use and forage and add and give to friends. So thank you so much. Go into your garden, fellow gardeners, and look for these plants, because somehow all these plants sometimes do self-seed, and you will find a lot in your garden. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to the channel, and also press that notification button. And also check us out on Instagram or on Facebook. Do write to me, DM me. And thank you so much for for watching us. And tell your friends and your family, and have a lovely day, and go forage in your gardens. Thank you so much, and happy gardening.